Welcome back to the pod.
Hola.
We out here.
Pulgosas.
Piojas.
Piojosas.
Yeah. Don't be dirty. Here
When's
we
the
are.
last time you had lice?
I've never had lice in my life.
Wow.
Have you?
Yes.
Mugrosa.
Ay, me, toda piojosa.
Not everybody gets lice.
What?
You asked it like, when was the last time you had lice? I've
What?
never had lice.
Lice is common, you guys. Going to public school, lice is common.
You're like, when was the last time you had herpes? It's like, not everyone gets
Okay.
herpes.
When I was in elementary school, like lice went around. And yeah, I had a friend who like had like lice, and I thought it was fine, and then I got lice. And then the last time was fucking like 10 years ago when I went to San Luis Potosí, and I got lice on the trip.
Well, okay. So I wonder if this is propaganda, but they say you get lice if your scalp is very clean. But I'm like, is that true?
I just think that there's no like lice don't have a preference in that way. Like even if you had the cleanest hair,
So it's propaganda.
you're gonna get lice. Yeah. Like if somebody near you has lice.
My sister got lice, and I brought it up when I went home from my grandma's funeral because we all got together after the funeral. And my mom kind of got defensive. She's like, she only got it because she went to like someone else's house. She got it at a sleepover.
Yeah, well, that is the connotation, because the connotation is that you're dirty, but like no, like my hair was clean. I just went on a trip y se me pegaron los piojos somehow. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is, you know, Trixie Mattel. We love Trixie Mattel.
Yeah.
So she grew up poor. Like she grew up in a trailer, and she's like, because I grew up poor, I was always aware of like what other people's perceptions of me were because they knew I was poor. She's like, so I always wanted to make sure I didn't smell. Like you don't want to be the smelly poor kid or who has lice.
Yeah.
Because that's always the mindset is like, oh, you're dirty and it's because you're poor or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So like, not everybody gets lice.
I've never had lice.
That's crazy. Well, okay. And I remember, because this was like 2016, so I was living by myself in my apartment, and like what sucked is that like I had to do this treatment by myself. Like I am just there in front of the like bathroom mirror, like combing, trying to get, and it took me like 2 washes before I was like, okay, I don't see anything, like with the little medicine and stuff, but like that shit is humbling. Like smelling like the fucking chemicals and like combing your hair, like. Amigas, I don't recommend it.
So, bleep, obviously, this company name, but you were...
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell anyone?
No, I didn't.
So you're just like, no one look at me, no one look at me.
But I mean, I wasn't like touching heads with anybody.
Wait, so how did you get it in 2016 again?
I went to San Luis.
Oh,
I was
that's
on
right.
vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was there, and I don't know, maybe it was like where I was like sleeping, or just like, I don't know. I actually don't like, maybe like where I sat, whatever. Like when on the drive back, I was like, Mom, why is my head itchy? Like in the car. And she started looking, she's like, tienes piojos. And I was like, no.
Did she get them too, or is it just you?
No, just me.
Maybe your scalp is just so tender and juicy.
So, oof.
Yeah, the fleas are like, ooh, mommy.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I really thought everybody got lice once in their life.
Did I say fleas? Sorry, I meant
Same
lice.
thing.
People fleas.
No. Yeah.
You're like, cut that.
Cut the camera. Cut the camera. Hola, amigas. ¿Cómo están?
Did you get chicken pox at all?
Yes.
I didn't get that either. I did. Which
You've never had chicken pox?
But this is probably even grosser, as I did get pink eye once. And I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't, because you know the whole thing is like, the joke is someone farts on your pillow, you get pink eye. I don't know if that happened, but there's different kinds of pink eye. Sometimes there is a fecal one, but then there's another one that's like
conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had pink eye. No. But you've never had chicken pox?
Mm-mm.
Dude, that means that if you can never be around anybody that like if a baby, whatever, a kid has it, you cannot. It's more dangerous for you.
Because then it's shingles,
as being
no?
an adult.
Isn't that shingles then as an adult?
I don't think we're not doctors. We can't just like say stuff.
Well, because from what I understand, if you do get chicken pox, like my mom had the chicken pox, so she was like, this was like the 70s, I guess. When you're older, you're more susceptible to get something in your skin called shingles, which is very painful.
If you have or you have it.
If you had chicken pox. So
Oh, maybe. Well, I know that like if you like once you have chicken pox, you don't get it again.
yeah.
So like that's why people who and this is so time like I'm watching Desperate Housewives right now, and one of the plot points of Desperate Housewives is this character, like their kids get the chicken pox, and like the mom's like, well, what do you do? I've never had them. And then the husband's like, then you have to get away. Like, so then she's like, she leaves the house and she kind of has like a mini vacation because she stays with the gays next door. But like the whole point is that like she cannot be near it because it would be more harmful for her as an adult to get chickenpox.
Well, also there's this whole thing, like if one kid got the chicken pox, everyone in the neighborhood would be like, go to their house so you can just get it already.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
get it over with.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which I'm
maybe because
that's
like
fucked.
you bounce back faster when you are a kid.
Probably.
So this is shout out to Ophelia. She like when I got chicken pox, she still hadn't had it, I think. So she didn't want to play with me. So
She's like, ew.
I'd be all sad in my house, and she would just talk to me through the window.
She's like, mugrosa.
But you're not supposed to like scratch, and so I did. So I have like a couple of chicken pox like scars in my stomach.
The mark of the beast.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just itchy.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't like being itchy, so that would I would hate that.
And then you just put like there's like a little pink lotion. I remember that I would just be like dotted in it, to like stop it from scratching. But I scratched, and so I do have some scars.
Yeah, write in the comments if you have chickenpox. So
Amigas, if you've ever had chickenpox or lice, please don't make me feel alone.
everyone in the comments like, ew, no, never, never, not me.
In other news, I am
Okay.
back on. I am back on medication. That's it.
Why? Because I know you were on it, and then you were like, I don't like how I feel.
Well, no. Okay. The only thing that was getting to me was like night sweats.
Okay.
It was my side effect.
Yeah.
So, I was on it, and then it was like night sweats, and I was like, I think it's a side effect. And like everything I looked up was like, it could be a side effect of this. So then I got off it, but I had been off it. I think I got off it like around November. So it's been a good, like 6-7 months. But then, the past 2 months, like May, June, I feel like had been really challenging for me. And part of me was like, should I go back to medication? And so I thought about it for a while, and I still had my prescription, like, what do you call it? Like my refills, like they're still good. So then I just re-upped, and now I'm back on it, but I've been back on them it's only been this week. So it's still very, very new. So yeah, I'm hoping like if that's going to help.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm back on it.
It's interesting you say that, because my first instinct was like, you didn't, at least to me, right, you didn't show any signs of like you were struggling, which takes me back to a conversation we had earlier in the car where like we got high together and I was so anxious on the inside, but when I watched the video, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But I've also been having a very hard time the last few months. But like when I watch the videos, I'm like, you can't even tell that I'm like struggling with things off camera.
I mean, I think there's such a thing as like functioning, depression
And
or functioning.
faking it till you're making it too, So yeah, I'm proud of you that you're back on, because, and to anybody out there too, like if you are struggling, please explore medication. It's not for everybody. And sometimes you have to kind of explore different medications, and that can be very frustrating because one medication makes you gain weight. The other one affects your sex drive. This one, I don't know, makes you pelona. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating part.
The only thing, and so when I would check in with my doctor, like the only thing was like the night sweats that was like really like fucking with me. So then I was like, let me get off it. But then sometimes I still sweat at night. Like I'm just naturally like a hot sleeper. So I'm like, well, it's not really such a bad trade-off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it again and to see like how I feel. But this would be going back to the same medication.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to try something else eventually, but yeah.
What's the name of the medication, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm on the generic version of Prozac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. I mean, honestly, there's so much fucked up shit happening in the world. Whatever you need to do, obviously within reason, to like keep yourself level and happy is always
My
good.
Delulu pills.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people are like, I don't want to be on medication. I want to be able to do it on your own. But sometimes some of us can't do it on our own. We need that help. You know?
I mean, probably the more appropriate next step for me is probably like talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You know? But that's a conversation for another time.
The other day, Luke, he always says crazy shit to me, and he's admitted, he's like, yeah, I say things just to like piss you off. The other day, I don't know what we were talking about. I was like jokingly like, oh, like, do you want to like fuck me more? He's like, yeah, it'll probably level you out. I was like, that's so rude.
He's like, you need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, let me just fuck you, level you out. Jesus. Well, I have news of my own. On Sunday, I'm going to do a pole dancing class.
Oh, where are you going?
It's called So Fly. It's like on far east side, but they do like aerial acrobatic classes too. So yeah, I'm like a little nervous just because I'm like a perfectionist or whatever. And I always am afraid of failure, but I'm like, I just want to go and have fun and explore my body on a pole.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and like, I mean, I've been working out for a while now, so I feel like I do have some upper body strength, but I know, like, I feel like it's a good workout to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it kind of like has some like dance elements to it. So I don't know, it might be fun.
Well, report back.
Yes.
Let me know how you like it, and then maybe we'll do a class together. Wait, are you doing it by yourself, or is Luke doing it with you?
No, I'm doing it by myself. He would never. Yeah. Because I know you said you did it. And
I did it for Bachelorette, yeah.
And it was difficult.
Well, only because I had like a cut on my hand because I fell.
Yeah.
So
that
like
was on
it's
the
kind of
pod,
hard,
too.
like that, like sort of like rubbing on the pole, like was not a good feeling. But I mean, also like it requires like strength.
Yeah.
Like those bitches are toned, like they look good. So that like that's what was hard. But then they also had those like aerial like
the ribbons.
yeah
and
that you
shit,
like
the
wrap
hoops.
around. So
Yeah.
we did do that for fun too as well.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was kind of like, I feel like what the closest I ever got to like that was like doing like diva dance, because you would do like these like sexy dances and then you like record yourself or whatever. But like the pole one, I feel like one class isn't enough, obviously. But I don't know if I could, how long it would take me to get good at it.
Yeah. I'm just going to try it out and see, because I mean, we do a lot of strength training, but I would like to incorporate something else. Like I was really into yoga back in the day, and then I did Pilates for a little bit, and I did like that, but I kind of like, I like the stretching aspect, but I was like, I don't know. I feel like there's something else I can do. So I'm like, I feel like pole dancing has some stretchy elements, some strength elements. You know what I mean?
If you like it, do you think that you would get like a pole at home?
I don't know, maybe. But you know, I know I had brought it up on the pod of maybe like a few episodes ago, but then on my YouTube, I saw some videos of like male pole dancing like competitors. Like there's a pole dancing competition, and they're probably all gay, all the guys, but like they just looked so hot and like confident. And I was like, I want to look like that.
I've never seen a guy pole dancing.
Really? I see
don't
that shit
think
all the
so.
time on my Instagram, but I'm gay. So.
Because I'm like the stripper show or whatever the stripper shows that I've been to. I went to one in San Antonio and then went to one in New Orleans. Like the guys weren't doing that. Like they're just like undressing and like humping.
No, this one is like the ones I've seen. It's just these really like toned and buff gay guys.
I'd be
doing
like,
that.
get on the pole, twirl around for us for a little bit.
And that's a lot of strength, like especially like thigh strength and all that. So I was like, I want to be like that.
You're gonna be like J-Lo in Hustlers.
Do you think she did her own stunts?
Yeah, she did her like dance is to Fiona Apple's Criminal.
Okay.
Which was kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there's like, I remember seeing, I think somebody sent me like the YouTube video, like the behind the scenes, like she really did have a pole coach or whatever go to her house and like teach her.
Yeah. We love that.
Because you know what? She commits.
Yeah.
Hi, J-Lo. How you doing, girl?
I was trying to, the other day, I was trying to think of this movie that, it was probably a teen movie or maybe it was a TV show, and I think they were referring to Britney within that TV show, and they would say, she's such a talented actress. Do you know where that's from? Does that sound familiar at all?
No. To Britney Spears?
I think they were referring to her, but they would say that multiple times in the movie. They're like, oh my God, we love Britney. She's such a talented actress.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'll figure it out one day. I did want to talk about my experience going to the Valley, which it was fun. I mean, we didn't do anything too crazy or anything. But I want to talk about the journey back. So for those of you who aren't from a border town or have never gone to South Padre or anything, if you're from Texas, there is a checkpoint after Falfurrias, if you're heading towards like the Rio Grande Valley. If you're going down to the valley, you don't talk to anybody, but if you're coming back up, you do go through Border Patrol. And so I usually go through Border Patrol. I never have any issues, right? This time Luke was driving and I was like, oh, I have a white boy like driving, like this will be like really quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, are you a US citizen? We both say yes. And then he starts asking a bunch of questions. He's like, where are y'all from? And Luke kind of looked at me and I was like, well, I'm from McAllen, but we live in Austin. And he's like, well, how long were y'all down here for? And then we were like, oh, just a few days. And then and then he's like, he asked Luke, like, why was he, like, if he was driving, he's like, are you going to help? Like, did you help him drive back?
What?
Like, he was like asking me, like, if we were going to share the driving. Like, I don't know if he was like flirting with Luke and me or what it was, but he just kept like asking questions like, what were we doing there? And like, how long were we there for? And like, who was driving? And like, oh, were you going to help him drive back? And then like it ended there. And I was like, and I told Luke, I was like, that is not normal. Like, usually it's very quick. Like, are you a US citizen? Can I look in the back? Oh, another thing too is he had us open the trunk of our car, which like never happens to me. Usually they'll say like, can you roll down the windows? And they look in the back seat. But he wanted to like look in the trunk too. And so he's like, all right, well, you're good. And he was like, I don't know. It was like really weird. It was somewhat flirtatious. I'm not one of those gay guys who's like, he's flirting with me. You're like,
there was sexual tension at the checkpoint.
It felt really fucking strange. So like, that's not normal, at least in my experience.
So I feel like I get more of those questions when we're like actually crossing into the US, but not so much when we're leaving Laredo, because there's also a checkpoint to leave Laredo, Texas. So that one, usually we're driving by and he's the one that says, you a citizen? And we just go, yes. And they like usually flag us. Every once in a while when we have like Lola or whatever, they do ask us to lower the window, and then they'll say like a comment about Lola, like, oh, cute dog, whatever. Yeah. But pretty much all the time it is going by faster. Yeah. And I feel like the questions that you the kinds of questions that you got are the kinds of questions, I mean, we would get those questions like when we're crossing into. Yeah. So like when we went to Mexico a couple weeks ago, coming back, they're like, are y'all related? And then my brothers were like, yeah, we're siblings. That's my brother-in-law. And then she's like, where were you? Oh, we were at the cemetery. Oh, okay. And are you bringing anything back or like whatever? Like, are you just here? Did you just go for the day? Like, it's those types of questions. But I think like also, it's the power trip, dude. Like they feel they're going to ask you whatever they want because they're just on this power trip.
Yeah. I mean, And the thing is, like, the car before us, it was so, like, you could just tell they were like, are you a citizen? They just flagged them forward. And then when it came to us, I was just like, this is so weird and random. Like, why are you being chatty? It was like a mix between like, oh, I just want, like, I'm just being chatty. But then it also felt very like, not aggressive, but just very like suspicious of us.
Yeah.
And again, me thinking I have a white boy driving, I'm like, this is going to be easier. And it was not. So I don't know what vibes we were giving off. Maybe he was like this mixed couple, the fact that we're gay or that I don't know what it was. It was like really, really strange. So you've never gone through the checkpoint and they've been like really chatty with you?
No, well, they've been like a smart ass with me before.
Really?
Yeah, like when it would be like one time crossing and they asked me like where I was from and I said here. Like meaning Laredo, Texas. Here. And then he's like, "Oh, you're from here? You were born in the checkpoint?" And I was like, ugh.
Okay, cabrón.
And it's just like I feel like this is such a very specific experience that we have, and I forget that like there's not everybody's from a border town, and like not everybody like grows up with like borders like that. Where like you are truly like in between a checkpoint, like checkpoints, one to come into the US, one to leave your city. So I feel like not everybody has that experience. So what I say is that these are just like power trips from these people.
Well, it definitely feels very like Nazi Germany, like, where are your papers? You know? Another thing that Luke brought up, he's like, why the fuck do we have checkpoints? Because he's like, if they fucked up and not being able to stop people from crossing at the border, why do we need this other one over here? Like in between. He's like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. And like that's pretty much like, that's every border city, right?
Yeah. I think
every
so.
border city has a checkpoint outside of its.
I don't know if El Paso does.
El Paso does.
do?
I've been to it. It's really far into Texas. I can't remember seeing one at San Diego. I've been to the bridge in San Diego. I don't remember seeing a checkpoint further in.
Well, and I was telling Luke, and I jokingly was like, well, they have this checkpoint here because I'm like, they want to keep the Mexicans here, and then once a certain point, they don't want them going into like the white parts of Texas.
Yeah.
And I said that jokingly, but I was like, it's probably true.
No, probably. And because like it is also like monte a little bit around, like the border cities that they're like people who knows how far people are trying to like cross and like walk and stuff. I don't know. First of all, fuck you, border patrols.
Well, my uncle's a border patrol. I should have been like, do you know who my uncle is? Do you know him? I don't think my uncle, the border patrol, would be too pleased to hear about this.
Yeah, but also like you said, like they are a bunch of like Latinos that are border patrols
with accents.
But they
That's
just
the funny part.
They just get you. Like it is a big job in border cities, and they promise you like high salaries and whatever. So like, of course they're gonna take these. I mean, they're gonna take these jobs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make y'all suck any less. Fuck all of you. Fuck border patrol. Fuck la migra. Chinguen su madre.
Yeah. So that was a very strange. Again, I've lived in a border city my whole life. We've gone to San Antonio so many times. We've gone through that checkpoint so many times. I've never had that experience until, again, I had a white boy driving the car.
Was this wasn't Luke's first time in crossing a checkpoint, right?
Yeah. It was.
Well, no. Well, when you guys went to Laredo, you crossed a checkpoint back.
Was there a checkpoint?
Yeah, coming.
Was he asleep?
He slept through the whole thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. Every once in a while. So like when you leave, like leaving Laredo, like it's 35. And then like you sort of veer off to the side for the checkpoint. But every once in a while, for some reason, the checkpoint is closed and then they remove the barriers. So 35 is just open. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I wonder who gets to pass by. Like,
right.
You know, they're like, it's not open. Let's just go.
The checkpoint, like from McAllen or whatever, where we're from, like it's definitely not. I've never seen it just open like that.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
it
lot more
doesn't
strict
happen.
over here.
It doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened every once in a while now, and I always wonder like why.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. But speaking of checkpoints, like that's been. I know that everybody like really loved the what's a Disney movie? Coco. Everybody really loves that movie.
Oh, there's a checkpoint.
And and I'm like, hey, it's like it's a beautiful movie, and like the culture it's representing like our family traditions, and like Dia de los Muertos, and all like real like putting that representation out there for like Latinos, Mexican people. But my problem with that movie was always like, why did they put borders in the concept of the afterlife? Like, we're already so like our lives are already so defined by borders growing up in real life, and how harmful borders are, and for Coco to put it like part of the plot is like people who get to come down for Dia de los Muertos have to go through like a checkpoint.
Yeah.
In the afterlife.
Yeah.
And it's just, that was so like jarring, because I was like, that's crazy. Because one thing I feel like Mexicans, and this is also like kind of relevant to like one of what's the Mexican director, Guillermo del Toro, right? He's answering a question about like how does he it was something about like his process, but anyways, his answer was something along the lines of like Mexicans like death is a really big part of like Mexican culture, and like knowing that like that's why you are more precious, your life is more precious, because everybody dies, and death is the only thing we all have in common, and like we know that we're not here for a long time, so like that's why it's really important in these like cultural traditions of like Dia de los Muertos and all that stuff. So, and I'm butchering it, but it was something along those lines. And so for us thinking like in our traditions that like we are all going to be reunited in death, to then put a border on that concept, I don't know, just really bums me out.
Well, I was actually kind of, as you were talking about that, I was like, well, even in Christian theology, like when you go to heaven, there's a gate, and St. Peter's the one who's like, yeah, you can come in or not.
Peter's there with an iPad.
He's like,
do you have a reservation?
He's a bitchy gay guy, like, sorry. And then he like pulls a lever. Pull the lever, Kronk.
I have one seat at the bar. That's
the wait's like an hour, sweetie. Sorry.
Yeah. Fuck checkpoints.
Yeah.
In this life and in every life.
Well, and it's, again, growing up in the border, like it's so normalized.
Yeah.
And like when you're crossing them and you're with your family, everyone's like, all right, like you have to like straighten up, and you have to like, and I do hate that you do feel this need to be like, all right, I have to be on. I can't say too much. I can't say too little. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to like,
want something to happen. That's so. What's interesting about that is that like, so Arlene, like she's also from a border town, from border city, El Paso. She was telling me a story about like, she had her friend visit her, and she took her friend like across for the day, because just to like show her around, whatever. And so they go hang out. They're like, I don't know, like eating food, shopping around, whatever. But when they're coming back, her friend didn't know, just like is Mexican, is Latina, but did not grow up in a border city. So therefore like doesn't know what we would know in terms of like, okay, how you gotta act, how you gotta like present yourself, because we know that these guys are fucking assholes, and like they'll like, I don't know, what is it? Interrogate you and be like rude or whatever. And so when crossing back with her friend, I think her friend just like misheard a question. So her reply was more so like, huh? Mm-hmm. And that pissed off the Border Patrol agent.
Yeah.
And then Arlene was like, I completely forgot that like not everybody has this experience ingrained in their mind, so that you don't know that there's a certain way you have to act, or otherwise they're going to be assholes to you.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And that's where I'm like, not everybody grows up with this. Not every Mexican, Latino, not every Mexican American grows up in a border city, so they don't have that concept of like what it feels like to interact with someone like a Border Patrol agent on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So in summary, very bizarre. And again, as somebody who's dealt with this my whole life, it was an experience that like stood out to me. I was like, this is not my usual experience. And here I thought Luke was going to use his white privilege to just like get us going. And it like,
they detain him.
Like, you're good.
So they're like, Luke, I don't know.
They're like, are you trafficking this Latino boy? I did want to, oh wait, we should talk about our outfits.
Okay. It is a casual day, I think, for us. I'm wearing a white and with gray striped shirt from Ross. I'm wearing Old Navy boyfriend jeans, sort of like super baggy, very comfortable.
Good jeans.
And I'm wearing my, ¿cómo se llaman? My Birkenstocks.
Your Birks.
My Birks. So I'm very, very cash today.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm also very casual. I wanted to be comfortable. I am wearing my Herman Munster boots again, if you can see them. They're black and platform. I have some American Eagle shorts that I bought from some thrift store. I don't know. I didn't even pay full price for them. And then I have this purple bluish tie-dye shirt from a brand called Y3. I got some jewelry on.
Oh, I'm not wearing any jewelry. Oops. Also, I cut all my nails because it was bugging me in my typing speed.
I was gonna suggest maybe one day we wear really long nails and try to like maneuver the episode with like picking things up.
How long?
Like pretty long.
Ooh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos of girls who'll put long nails on their boyfriend's fingers. And then they'll try to do things. But like whenever you have long nails, like anything you do is going to look sassy. So there was this one I saw of this guy. He was on his bed and he tried to pick up his phone and he did it like this. And they started laughing because, like it just looks very like feminine.
Yeah, and especially if you're not used to it, you're like, how do I use these claws?
Yeah, so he's just trying to pick up his phone and he does this.
Wait, did you say you got your shorts at a thrift store? Okay. So this past weekend, I saw a TikTok about, the store Pavement.
Yes, next to Buffalo on campus.
We went to the one on Lamar.
Oh, yeah. I saw the sign.
Because I saw a TikTok that they were having the $1 bin sale.
$1 in this economy?
So then it was on Sunday. So then I saw it like Saturday night and I was like, okay, I think I want to go to this. So then Ricardo was like, fine. So next day we get up, whatever, we go to the store, and it's packed. Like there's a ton of people there and the bins are just like right at the entrance where you enter. But this is what I hate about like thrift stores. And I was telling Ricardo too, and I think maybe you'll relate to this, is that like we grew up going to pulgas, flea markets. I grew up doing that with my mom. I grew up going with her to like where they have the piles of clothes.
You buy by the pound.
You buy by the pound. And you just go. Like I remember sitting there with my mom, and like we would just like look through stuff. Like to now think of stores like Pavement that are thrift and vintage and whatever, and like they're just like, I don't know, like selling you back an old t-shirt for $12. You're like, something about that, I'm like, oh, it doesn't sit right with me, where it's like, no, because I know what thrifting is actually
it's like appropriation.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's not thrifting. But anyways, we go and we're like in these bins. And first of all, my bone to pick with places like Pavement is that I've gone to try to sell to Pavement before.
Yeah.
And como, like, how they're obviously like, they're low key judging your clothes, right? Because they're like seeing whether or not, they're like, not this one, whatever. And I remember I took like, I had like jeans, and I only took jeans because they weren't fitting me anymore. So they weren't like raggedy jeans. They were like cute jeans, and like clothing. And I know what they're like. I know that they're going to judge what you have based on like the wear and tear. So I'm like, okay, I'm only going to take what I would say is my good stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, they still go through it and they still tell you what makes it and what doesn't, whatever. Which, fine. But what I don't want to see in the $1 bin is a Shawn Mendes concert t-shirt.
You're like, so you accepted this?
Yeah.
But you couldn't accept my like American Eagle brand new jeans?
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, or we were seeing like an old like a cheerleader uniform skirt. What else did we see? Just like random t-shirts. Like a college t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
this made the cut?
This made the cut, and now it's in a bin for $1.
Yeah.
But like you won't take my nice stuff. But that I don't know. Anyways, and that's also the other thing where it's like, okay, when you're gonna say $1, say it's just all the t-shirts you don't fucking want. It's not good stuff.
It's not quality shit. Yeah, not at all.
So I didn't find anything. And then Ricardo was like, well, why don't you just like look at the store?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine. So I'm just like walking around. But like I think like as I'm getting older, I hate shopping. Like I hate like looking
in person.
Yeah.
You'd rather shop online.
Well, I feel like, yeah, online, but I hate shopping if I don't know what I'm looking for.
I see. You're not a window shopper.
No. So like on the Te La Paso where I'm like barely, and even then I don't go through every single thing. It's like if we're at a Marshall's, then I'm like, okay, let me just flip through some stuff. But I can only do that for so long before I'm like, fuck it. I don't want anything. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking, and I already don't want to look, but so I find these pair of like overalls, but they're shorts and they're Gap. And they do look like faded, but I'm like, they're cute and I like them, and I try them on and like the way they fit, but then I walk out and the line is like zoomed like all the way to the end and then curved back. So many fucking people.
Yeah.
That even when Ricardo was like, I'm gonna go stand in line, and if you decide, like, I'll already be made progress. No, but it like took forever. And I was like, these are used overalls. They're $15.
You're like, do I need overalls?
Do I need them? Do I really want to?
Yeah.
And like the joke was like, let's just go to the real mall. Like, let's just go to the mall. He's like, I'll buy you the Gap overalls over there. And
Full
I was
price,
like, they're not gonna be there. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. And then I told the girl behind me, because she was like, hey, will you hold my spot? And I was like, yeah. And then when she like comes back, I was like, all right, girl, I'm leaving. Like, this is so not worth my time. Like, I just don't want to wait in line. And I was like, if I do think about them, I might come back and look for them, but I'm not like, no.
Yeah.
So then we left and we went to the mall, and then he's like, let's go to Gap. I'm like, you don't even know, bro, how much Gaps really costs.
Yeah.
And then we walk in. First of all, they didn't have like overalls there, but I was showing him stuff and they're like, that's like $100. And he's like, for what? Like for the pants? And then I'm like, no, we don't. I was like, we don't have to get anything. Like,
sometimes they do have good sales there. Like they'll do like half off of stuff for 25%
yeah,
off,
but it wasn't. So then like, I was like, no. And you know what? By that point I was
well,
like,
Gap to me, when somebody says Gap, it sounds like a joke. Like
gay and proud.
No, it's just like Gap.
Remember that joke?
Yeah.
Like Gap sounds like chafas, like cheap.
It's not chafas.
I don't associate Gap with good quality.
Well, growing up, it was like fancy Gap.
No.
At least when I was younger, and then probably middle school, high school, then there was the jokes about gay and proud, and people weren't gonna wear Gap shirts.
Yeah, and maybe because like you worked in the outlets and you just have.
I did work for Banana Republic, which
See,
is
that's fancy too.
Which is Gap. It's Gap.
Yeah, they're all owned, and Old Navy, it's all the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I just don't see Gap. I don't see American Eagle as good quality either.
I don't either. But
I
they
just
do
see
have
their
cute
jeans
stuff.
as like better quality, like the jeans.
Old Navy is definitely a bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's where you get your 4th of July t-shirt.
These are my Old Navy pants.
I have a story about Old Navy actually. So when I was in high school, I applied to Old Navy in the Valley. And I went through the interview process, and I guess my brother decided to apply as well. and he got the job and I didn't. I guess I was like too feito or something. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't get the job. He did.
That is
that
were you
fucked
like,
up?
Mom, he took the job from me? Who interviewed first?
I think I did. So I don't know.
And how long did he work there?
For a while, and then he ended up working at HEB. Valley people love working at HEB, especially like the young kids.
HEB's a good place to work.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, back to thrifting. Did you watch Broad City?
Yes.
Okay, I love when she goes. You know how Alana's she babysits for that like rich lady.
Yes, queen. Yes,
Yeah.
queen. The little boy. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you know how the rich lady gives her like a bunch of clothes, and so they go to like a Buffalo Exchange to go like
Sell
cash
it,
in,
yeah.
and she's like, okay, that'll be like 300,000 in store credit and $10 in cash.
That's the other thing. The store credit is always more than
Yes.
like the cash that they're
like
gonna give you.
ridiculously more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've stopped going to those places and you know what? This was my learning lesson. Like I was like, I'm not gonna go for like a $1 bin. Like no, again, why was there a Shawn Mendes t-shirt?
This made that cut.
I'm like, you didn't want my nice jeans, but this made the cut. So then I was like, you know what? Like I don't fuck with thrift stores like that because I have a very different experience of thrift stores like growing up.
Yeah. Okay. So
And like what a thrift store is actually is like affordable. Like do not mark up.
yeah. So I guess I grew up a little differently because my mom had the experience you had. So all of her clothes growing up were from the pulga or like the pacas or whatever.
Yeah.
And since my mom was also like really skinny, like nothing fit, she had to belt everything. So she always hated that. So growing up, like she always bought us new clothes. She's like, we couldn't afford like Abercrombie all the time and we would get you Old Navy or whatever, but I always made sure you had like new clothes. Because she's like, I didn't like the feeling of the thrifted clothing or whatever. So when we were in like college, thrifting was like a big deal. Like everyone you knew went to the thrift store.
Yes.
You would go to Buffalo or Blue Hanger. Did you ever go to Blue Hanger?
No, but the Buffalo near campus, I would go to that one.
So at Blue Hanger, you would get clothes by the pound too. And so since I went to St. Edward's University, like everybody wore thrifted clothes. So when I started doing that, my mom thought it was weird. She's like, why would you wear other people's clothes? Like to her, because she's like, I live like that. Why would you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like it's kind of trendy. You find things that are different. And so there was a while where she would like kind of buy thrifted things, and then after a while she was like, no, I can't do it, because that like scarred her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so what my mom does now is like she puts her own like yard sale. Like
Yeah.
so, and then she does have there's certain things that she collects because she knows certain people are like a couple of the neighborhood people look for very specific things. Like mostly it's son los like señores that like work in construction. They
Yeah.
just always need like a old pair of jeans.
Yeah.
So like she's like, oh, like I know what will sell. And I think like for me, the thrifting is in the price,
Yeah.
not in the fact that it's thrifted, because my mom and I still thrift. Like my mom, like we'll still go to the thrift store in Laredo. We'll still buy like I found like a Calvin Klein dress and I was like so cute. I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was like cheaper. And
Yeah.
like, you know, thrifting in Austin is such a different
Yeah.
like
It's a racket.
it's like hipsterish and it's, you know, a certain vibe. And I'm like, no, that's not how I grew up
Yeah.
thrifting. So learn my lesson.
Yeah.
I'm not like nothing on. I mean, my only qualm with pavement was like, why are you putting this out here for $1? Like, why are you taking this in the first place? Like,
Yes.
you should put like your good stuff
Mm-hmm.
at the $1.
Yeah.
Like, do it once a year, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Oh, and then like one thing that I did was like, oh, that is kind of gross. Is that they had like lingerie,
Oh yeah.
and I was like. And Ricardo saw it, he's like, ooh. And I was like, you are not going to buy me pavement lingerie. Are you kidding me? And then like, whatever, we like left. But I was
If
like,
you wash it, it's good.
I can't. That's the one thing I can't.
You can spring for wait, do we approve of Victoria's Secret or no? Is that out?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So like if you wanted to splurge on underwear, where would you go? Like if you wanted something sexy? Or like, is that even a thing that women think about? I don't
That
know.
would be like, I guess that would be Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
Because, okay, so one of the last times that I shopped at Target was when I bought like just the packs of underwear. It was like the packs of cotton underwear. I'm like,
The granny panties.
fuck it. Yeah. I love a granny panty, you guys. Like,
That's high-waisted.
yes, dude. Que me quede hasta under my boobs.
Yeah.
No, like, I love a good big underwear.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels secure.
Yeah.
And the thing about Victoria's Secret is that like the crotch part is so thin. Something slips out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's something we don't talk about enough is like fitting women's lips. Lips come in different sizes.
But like also, and then of course, like, yeah, if you do want the lingerie, you do go to Victoria's Secret.
Have you ever bought something that has like garters and like stockings and
Like set stuff is cute. What I did also has cute stuff is Rihanna Fenty.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I bought like a cute little set, which is like a little bralette, like with.
Do you have anything from Skims?
One thing, because Ricardo bought it for me. It's a bralette.
It's like whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a little tight these days, like the little strap.
But you're just like busting out. You're just becoming a woman before her very
Because my
eyes.
awugas are
They're coming in.
They're spilling out. No, yeah, like it was that year where like Ricardo and I we was like right before our wedding, because we got married in January. So in December, like we really weren't spending money
Yeah.
on gifts. So we did a challenge where like we're gonna $100 at the mall. Let's see what we come up with. And he, got me like a Skims bralette.
Well, I spent $200, so
Okay, well,
I broke the challenge.
No one told you to do that.
And you stuck to 100.
Oh.
I thought we
you
were
hate me.
saving money.
Cheap.
Hey, I give you some awesome gifts. Don't even.
You're like, that blowjob was a gift.
Don't even joke about that.
Oh.
Don't even joke about that.
Oh wait, but like, so we left Pavement and we went to the mall, and we're walking around. So we went to like a couple of stores, and then also like I was like, what? This was Sunday. I was like days away from my period, so I was also just not feeling myself, like just feeling bloated and all that stuff. But the fucking alarms start going off at Barton, like the
You hit the deck.
and we're walking, and I think we were already deciding to leave. So, but we always park near the Nordstrom.
I'll play this video in the episode, but I'll play it here too for Ricky to hear.
Yeah.
That is a scary alarm. It's
So-
like World War II or something.
Yeah,
like,
so we're like walking out, and I think we're already like, well, we should head out. So like we're starting to walk towards the Nordstrom because that's where we parked. And so the alarms start going out, and I'm like,
and
what
that
is
was
that?
loud.
And people are kind of like confused. People are like, sort of like, what's going on? Because, the mall is loud in general. So then people were like noticing it. And I saw one security guy like start doing like a really fast, slow run, like, starting to like gear up to something. And then I was like, what the fuck? And so we're passing, and the stores are just closing.
What?
Yeah.
No one says anything. Like, get inside the store. Nothing.
No.
What
So
the
they were just
fuck?
closing. Like the people that were in there stayed in there. They were
Yeah.
just closing. And we're like, what do we do? So like we get into a Fabletics. It was our first time in a Fabletics because the girl is closing. She doesn't even tell us to come in, but I think he's like, can we come in? And she's like, yeah. So she's just like, we're the like last two people. She closes it, she locks it. And then they start directing everybody to the back. And they basically told us to exit through like the mall
Yeah, there's like
tunnel
exits.
or whatever,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
mall exit, which I'd never been through.
I have,
But that's
yeah.
what the employees
Yeah,
use, right?
when I
So
worked
then,
at Ann Taylor, yeah.
so then she's like, everybody towards the back. So then we just like start like walking our way to the back, and then like leads us out to a little hallway where you see other people have been let out from the other stores. And then we just like walk out and like leave the mall. They're like, yeah, we'll just like leave the mall. Like they just told everybody to leave the mall.
You
And we
didn't find
left, and
out
I
what-
actually don't even know what happened. I looked it up almost immediately like on Twitter, but I didn't see anything right away. So then it totally slipped my mind, and I forgot to like look up what, if anything actually did happen. But yeah.
That's the America we live in. Happy 4th of July.
Right? I was like, fuck, dude, at the mall. But and there's been like there's been like a shooting at that Barton Creek
Really?
before, right? Or was it like a stabbing?
I mean, probably both.
There was something, but it was like,
there's been both. I know for sure.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I do remember like one of the last times was like, I think it was like a very specific, like somebody wanted to hurt somebody specifically. So I think that's what had happened. But yeah, like I was like, fuck, dude, at the mall, like we can't even do anything anymore. And so we like left.
You should have panicked, like just been real dramatic. Oh my gosh, panic. Flee. You know, that's funny you mentioned that because my dad was telling me him and my mom went to go see Scary Movie, the new Scary Movie. Oh. And you know, the scene where she's like, bitch, I'm not dead yet. And she's putting her like in a body bag. Anyway, that's not important. But in that scene, the lights turn on all of a sudden.
At the movie?
At the movies.
Okay.
And my dad's like, what the fuck? Like, is this supposed to happen? And then they hear an announcement and it's like, everyone needs to evacuate. Please evacuate silently. And they're like, okay, what the fuck? And like, it's so interesting. Like when that shit happens, like you think that you're going to be like very quick about it. But yeah, your mind is like, wait, what do I do? Because part of you does want to maybe panic and like go quickly, but part of you is like, well, I don't want to make a scene either, right?
Yeah.
So he told me there was kind of a delay and they were like, what do we do? And so then they were like, okay, we need to leave. But same thing, nobody was directing people. Nobody was telling them what was happening. And I forget what he told me, but it was like there was some sort of like, just like a fire alarm went off. But like, again, nobody told them anything. Nobody reimbursed them for their movie ticket. They had to go back later to be like, hey, we were there, or like when this happened, like, can you refund us or give us a credit or something?
So you don't know what happened?
It was just like a fire alarm, I guess. Yeah. But I think it's fucked up that like this shit happens so much in this country, but like nobody's prepared in terms of like these businesses. Cause like when I worked at Barton Creek Mall, I don't remember us doing anything, any of that kind of stuff.
I think we
like
asked
drills.
That girl's, you asked her something.
Yeah. As we were entering into the Fabletics, I said, hey, what's going on? What does this particular siren mean? And she's like, I don't know. I've never experienced this before.
Yeah.
So she like didn't know what to do either.
I don't remember us doing drills when I worked at the mall at all.
But that's also crazy that like we're in a world where you have to do drills. Like the schools.
Yeah, as we were walking out, I was like, well, this is just another normal day for 5-year-olds. So I think I should stay calm.
Okay, amigas, we have chisme. This one is called, the subject of this one is chisme. A friend of 7 years ghosted me and I should have seen it coming. Okay. Hi, barrio bitches. Here's my little bit of chisme. It involves a friendship breakup. Please keep me anonymous. Also, I changed people's names. And it's called Friendship Breakup and Trusting My Intuition. A couple of years ago, a friend of 7 years totally ghosted me like she was never a part of my life, and had I trusted my intuition, I would have avoided years of a one-sided friendship. So about 3 years into our friendship, I was having a really hard time, and she visited me at my apartment. She saw my depression apartment, which was mega vulnerable. I was uncomfortable and embarrassed at first, but I took her being there as an act of care, and I decided to open up to her. Tell me why, when I told her in tears about a sexual assault I'd experienced a couple of years before, her immediate response was, paraphrasing, oh my God, you, Jamie, and Mel have made me a much better person. Before I met you guys, I think I would have heard this and held it to maybe use against you later or something. To my credit, I reacted immediately and said, why would you say that? What the fuck? She immediately backtracked and tried to make it sound like a compliment, like I made her a better person, and that's a good thing. It was fucking weird, and I remember I couldn't shake it. I mean, isn't that an insane thing to say to someone who just told you about their SA? I considered telling other people in our friend group, but I didn't want to rock the boat or affect dynamics. Of course, after years of her being low-key and sometimes high-key shitty and letting her true colors show, she eventually ghosted us. I kicked myself for not having said something sooner. I should have trusted my gut and cut my losses back then. As Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. How would you guys have reacted if someone you considered a close friend said some out-of-pocket shit like this to you? XOXO Gossip Girl anonymous.
That's fucking crazy.
This is super fucked up.
Yeah. I That's shocking.
Like, there are levels of toxic friendships, I think.
Yeah.
But to have somebody tell you, I mean, you just told them something really deep about yourself, and their first instinct is to say, like, if I were the old me, which, what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
Sounds like you're still the same you.
I would have held it to maybe use against you later or something.
So, not to bring it back to me, but this does remind me of a person in my life who once told me too that they like collected information about people in their life to use against them later if they ever like stepped up to them, this person. And this person was like, yeah, and I've got information on you too that I would use against you if like you ever like try to like say shit to me.
First of all, if you're already making this like inventory of like things about this person
To like throw back in their
to
face.
throw back in their face, like, what the fuck?
And the thing is too, these people don't understand that you also have a lot of information on them as well. If you wanted to be that nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, well, now I'm seeing like the type of person you are. That's, I don't know. That was a toxic friendship.
Oh yeah.
Have you, so then like, what did you do in this situation?
Again, didn't, like she said, didn't rock the boat.
Yeah.
Well, they, whatever. I don't know how they identify, but didn't want to rock the boat. And I was just kind of like, okay. It's one of those things like, you know, someone says something to you and it's just shocking and you can't even process what they just said. And I remember I bookmarked that and I was like, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
Amongst other red flags as well.
And do you and this person talk anymore?
No.
Okay. And that was like just added to it.
It just over time, especially as you get older, like I feel like in college there's this pressure of like you meet somebody and you think you're going to be friends forever.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's kind of like friends like in high school and it's like, no, you outgrow people.
I've never had a situation like that where somebody like maybe hinted at potentially using something against me. But that's like super, super fucked up, especially if you're being like really vulnerable to say like, you know, I'm going through this, and that's the first thing that their mind goes to. Like, then they were never really your friend.
Oh yeah. No, not at all. Or it's just manipulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like those are the types of friends that like you end up doing a lot of, I don't know if like emotional labor is the right word, because then
it's transactional. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It's very transactional. It's like, it's very like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
Unless you mess with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, the email said like, you know, other red flags, or like, you know, the friend eventually ghosted them. They were never your friend.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as you get older too, like what you consider a friend changes. You know what I mean? It's not just enough to like, we have fun. It's more like, do you know things about me? Like, are you there for me? Like, are you a kind person?
I mean, that's where like there's like different levels of friendship, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, sure, like if you have a friend where all you do is like go out and like drink, whatever, like party, then that's just your party friend. Well, that's fine.
But yeah, like in that case, just don't let the lines blur then. If they're just going to be that. Don't also like try to get them involved in your personal life, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in some ways, yeah, like you know, we're all going through things, and there are people who are like actually like evil people who do things, but we're all hurt individuals and we're all trying our best. And sometimes it's not a matter of like trying to change that person or like, well, I need to be more like patient with them. It's just more like, you know what? That's not for me. That's how they roll. This is how I roll. And maybe it's just best we don't cross paths anymore.
And I mean, probably, I think also like as you're getting older, like that's the type of shit you don't want to deal with in a friend, in
exhausting.
a person. Like,
yeah.
For what? Like to put in like that much effort into somebody who is shady, we don't have time for that.
Yeah. And I try to go at it too because like obviously we're public figures now, but and what we say, maybe that person out there is like you're talking shit about me or like I know you're talking about me. I'm just going to say here and now like I also know in whatever relationships I'm talking about, I had my faults as well. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm just saying like since it's my life, it's my world, it's my perspective, this thing bothers me. So I don't want to do that anymore.
That's my opinion.
I mean, honestly, and again, people in our lives, they're also going to have opinions about me that like things that I did or
Yeah.
whatever. Speaking about relationships, I did want to introduce a quick segment. So Luke and I think I mentioned we're trying to start like a shop on Etsy that sells like different items that have like kind of queer centric things on them. I was talking to my friend Adele yesterday and I told her about it. She's like, and then later on she was like, oh, like this reminds me like of your goth store for gay people. Cause I was telling her we want to create like gay merchandise, but you know how like a lot of gay stuff is very rainbow, it's colorful. So how we wanted to, sorry, I keep touching the mic. The way we wanted to distinguish ourselves was to like do things that were more maybe like alternative or goth, maybe more blacks, you know, reds, kind of darker colors. But yeah, she called it your goth store for gay people, which is so funny. So when we were kind of thinking that up, we went to this thrift store called Top Drawer. It's on Airport Boulevard. They used to be on Burnett, but they ended up moving. And so they used to be part of, I don't think it's called Aid Services of Austin, but anyway, the proceeds from that thrift store go to help people to provide housing for people who have HIV and AIDS.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we went there and we found a bunch of gay magazines that were
First
actually
of all,
for free.
hold it up because look at this. Look at this puppy on the cover.
Yeah.
And then the other puppy holding a dog.
Yes. So actually what we're going to do is we already have another magazine where we scanned like another sex, phone sex advertisement, and we're going to sell that as prints. We're going to do the same with this one, but we're going to kind of edit it a little bit. So we were very much inspired by these. And I mean, these are definitely like a relic of gay life. So this came out in May 1994. So what's interesting? So what's interesting about this, so it's called The Guide, and a lot of people don't realize that if you're in marginalized groups, like, and if you're traveling across the country, if you're trying to feel safe, go to safe spaces, a lot of these were like really important.
Literally a guide?
Literally
like
a guide.
A guide to being gay?
Not a guide to being gay. Well, I mean, kind of. So on here.
Guide to public queer spaces?
Can I borrow that?
Sorry, what?
He said, can I borrow that?
Yeah, so like on here they'll have sections where it's like if you're gonna visit Austin, Texas, these are the gay bars.
Oh.
You could stay in this hotel. And that's interesting too because I believe I wrote it down here too, but so during Jim Crow, the African American community was also facing a lot of this kind of stuff too in terms of like feeling welcomed. And so they also had, what was it called? It was called the Green Book. So
yeah.
So they called it the Green Book, and so it was like a very helpful guide for the African American community whenever they were traveling in the South to find hotels that were going to be very friendly to gay people. So this is kind of like a very similar thing. So within this magazine as well is a lot of personal ads. Ooh. So a lot of our Gen Z people might not know this, but people back in the day in magazines and newspapers would submit an ad where they're basically saying, I'm single, this is what I look like. If you're interested, send me a letter or call me.
Ready to mingle.
Yeah. And so in true gay fashion, some of these personal ads are quite interesting. So I want to read a couple of them. And what's interesting about this too is like they have them in like by like area. So you'll have a section for Alaska, California, Illinois. I think they even have on here like
read
other
one from
countries.
Texas.
Puerto Rico is on here. Okay, so Texas. So okay, this one, the title is called Buck Naked. So a lot of these have acronyms too. So this says BIWM, that's bi white man. So bi white man, 5'10", 175 pounds, blonde with green eyes, 28 hung, good looking, would like to meet bi gay man, uninhibited, exhibitionist, voyeur studs to show off anywhere, anytime. Your buck naked photo with letter gets mine. Connect for wild times and correspondence. Discreet, sexy, you won't be disappointed. All answers, and then it has like the zip code on here. That's not even some of the crazier ones. So let me read another one from Oregon. Sit on my face and let me bury my tongue up your hot butthole while you suck on my 8-inch cock and big balls. I want to worship your body from head to toe. Also enjoy pot and poppers in small moderation. No smokers, heavy drinkers. Will travel east-south in U.S. in May. Can also receive visitors here.
Whoa.
That's not even the craziest one. This one's called Oh Crap. Good looking white male 30 looking for athletic types, 18 to 35 to fulfill and fantasy. I'm searching for hot guys who'll let me watch as they unload in the bathroom. Would also like to clean you out, then clean you up. Nice body, but a must. Nothing unsafe, discreet, assured.
Like pooping?
Yes.
What?
This one's called Piss Buddy. Piss Buddy sought by good-looking bearded daddy, young 50s, healthy, slim, and fit. Into aroma, man smells, pits, piss, licking hole, and more. Looking for fit, masculine men, 25 to 60 for friendship, mutual raunch. Relationship, possible travel to U.S. Letter with photo to, and then it has like his address or whatever.
Wait, do you think these people are still alive?
Probably. I mean,
Do we have addresses to correspond?
They have the zip codes. I don't know if there's like maybe like a key in the back to where you actually see the.
Yeah.
Maybe
How do you okay? So
maybe
if
you have to contact the magazine.
If you want to respond to this,
So it says here, mailbox personals to respond to an ad. Send a numbered envelope with sufficient loose package to the guide, PO Box 187. See instruction at the beginning of the personal section. When responding to an ad, enclose your response envelope in another envelope addressed to the guide, PO Box 18, whatever what it is. If you're responding from the U.S. or Canada, you must enclose sufficient loose postage, or your letters will not be forwarded nor returned. If you're responding from Mexico or overseas, you need not enclose postage. I feel like I'm still unsure.
wow.
Oh, I guess it'll have the number that's attached to the.
So every ad has a number
Yes.
attached to it.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's cool about this is that Luke and I actually, with the help of Ricky, he lent us a scanner. So we're going to scan this, and this is going to be a poster that we're going
Wow.
to go up for sale. So some of these are kind of problematic too, because they're very exclusionary. So this one's called Gangbang Bottom. Butch, good-looking white male, 35, 6'2", 180 pounds. Black hair, blue eyes, mustache, smooth build. In search of butch tops, couples, gangs, singles. No fats, femmes, or wannabes. Explosive grunts assured. Live in Tampa area. So that's a big thing too, is like there's these white men who'll be like, I don't want any fat people, anyone who's feminine. And then another one too is no Asians. So that was like a big thing discriminating against Asian people, Asian gay men. But now there's an interest in Asian men, but it's usually as like a submissive thing. It's usually like white men trying to dominate Asian men.
Dude, white men want to keep dominating anything and everything.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
Let me see. I want you to read one. Let me see. Oh, read this one that says houseboy on it.
Oy. Houseboy, 22-year-old white male looking for a gentleman, 25 to 40, who's loving, romantic, and stable. I'm slim, boyish looking, obedient, and eager to please. Why be lonely when I am just a letter away? Let's make each other's dreams come true. Thank you.
That was actually pretty vanilla.
Aww. This one was looking for love.
Yeah.
Looking for a hot black man. This one is small cock, ? Cute, GWM.
Good looking white male.
Cute, good looking white male, small, 5'9", 145 pounds with hot mouth and tight hole. seeks small cocks for fun times. All races, Boston area. No big dicks, please. Call or write. I'm ready and waiting.
We love that. That he's like, I don't want big dicks.
No big dicks,
Yeah.
please. Asian Buckeye freshman.
Please.
Charming Parisian. I'm just like reading these titles. Wanted French Canadian. Horse hung top male.
Read that one.
Attractive 30. Horse hung top male, black, looking to correspond with all attractive bottom males. Italians and Hispanics are definitely a plus. Please send letter and photo to, and in the P.O. box. Letters without photo will not be answered. Teenage pretty boy.
Oh, yeah.
18, 5'6", 120 pounds. Slim, smooth, blue-eyed blonde with a cute, tight little ass. Hot daddy or big brother needed to treat me rough, spank me, and plow my hot teenage pussy. Hot letter and photo, please, sir. Whoa.
We should read some straight personal ads, and they're going to be so different.
For real.
Okay, a lot of these say good looking. I'm like, are you? Are you?
Says who?
Yeah.
Wait, is this like a... Does this have like pictures or no? Like...
So a lot of them will have like ads for different gay bars. There's even like some comic strips in there.
Look, you guys. They're covering the holes, but
Yeah.
they're there.
James, can you zoom in on that? Like Wendy James?
Yeah,
What was that, James?
What was that? Whoa.
Yeah. So we were definitely inspired by a lot of this, and hopefully we can get some prints up. Maybe I'll have Ricky like put the link to our Etsy shop, which we're gonna have like a couple things more on there.
Is this magazine still being made?
I
Did it
think
evolve
so.
into anything? So this is called The Guide, Gay Travel and Sex. Yeah.
I mean, it may, but I think right now this has been replaced by Grindr. By the apps.
Look at this
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful man.
He's very cute.
Look at those fucking lashes. Ugh. Dude, men
There's
have
a
amazing
website now
lashes.
called travelgay.com.
From this?
I think so. I think it just morphed into online only. Like most things, print media is dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And we
How
got
many of
for
these
free.
magazines do you have?
We have like 5 or 6. Yeah, so there's like articles here about like if you go to the city, like this is fun, or like go to this bar, and sometimes they'll have like photos of like the go-go boys or like, you know, who's there. So yeah, it's like an interesting insight into gay life in the 90s.
Which is the bar or club that has go-go boys right now downtown Austin? Is
all
it
of
still
them.
Highland or all of them?
Highland has them. Rain has them. Yeah, I think all of them have them. Yeah, like on here I'm seeing like Texas accommodation. So there was the Inn on Fairmont in Dallas, the Love It Inn in Houston, the Painted Lady in San Antonio. I don't know if that still exists. In Austin, there was a espresso bar and cafe called Little City. I don't think that exists anymore.
No.
Chain Drive, that existed when I was in college and
What
even
is that?
after. It was supposed to be like a leather bar, but they ended up closing it down.
Where was it?
Ooh, it's like really close to Rainy.
Okay.
Yeah. Like close to where that IHOP is, but like further to the right over here. Yeah.
Well, now those are just buildings now.
There's just
like,
buildings.
They're just like, what is it? Like high-rises apartment living.
Yeah.
So how many gay clubs are in Austin that you know of? Because the one that we like, one of the last ones that I feel like we went to was Outer Heaven.
Where's that?
It closed. It's what's that street called?
Chicon?
Chicon.
Oh.
It's like
it was around Chicon and
it's
like
by
12.
King. It's by the little gay shop.
Oh, I didn't
Like
know
it's
about
like
that.
in the next block. There was like a couple bars there. It was Outer Heaven was like the dance club that we went to, and then next to it was like a skee ball place that all of those have shut down. And I think it's because like
Outer Heaven will do pop-ups now at different places, different
oh
venues.
really?
Yeah.
It was fun just because like, you know, the gay clubs, and again, this is like as a straight, unfortunately straight woman, taking up space is like the gay clubs are the ones that have like the pop music to dance to,
Yeah.
like dancing and all that stuff. It's like Ricardo likes to go to gay clubs too because everyone's dancing.
Yeah. The music's popping. The only thing is like the gay club dance floors get so fucking packed.
Oh
and
my
just
God.
sweating.
You're just like rubbing with people's sweat, which like pre-pandemic was fine. And now you're like, I cannot
Yeah.
stand somebody sweating next to me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's only a handful. There really aren't that many gay bars in Austin. A lot of them have shut down. Like, there was a gay bar called About Time 2. I don't know if that's still open. It was like up north on 35.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that place. It's closed.
Yeah, that was like more casual, like gay bar. It wasn't like super clubby.
Well, you know what, you guys? Every bar is a gay bar because they're
Honestly.
allowed everywhere.
Yeah. Not my gay bar. Yeah, so
Gay
maybe
people are welcome everywhere.
maybe I'll bring this back and we can read some more. Because I mean, what's your impression of some of these? They're direct.
Like it's direct. They're funny. Just like honestly, like just like all the buzzwords that they're using. But yeah, I do want to read something from like a straight man.
Yeah, like this one. Seek Black Latino Asian friend. French white man. He's from France. 40, serious, romantic, lives in Paris. Seeks Black Latino Asian masculine affectionate bottom. Exchange nude photos. Love dildo play. Looking for Black Latino. They keep mentioning it. Looking for Black Latino Asian gay videos.
Like Black, Latino, and Asian at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's okay. You know, also like these like types of like ads exist, but like that's probably like all they had, right?
Yeah, there wasn't
Because
Grindr.
I remember when I was like growing up and you know, like once it like the infomercials that start playing like late at night, it was all that I do remember one that was always like locals in your area, like which is like the phone calls, whatever, toll numbers that you talk to like local singles in your area, and that was like so normalized.
Oh yeah.
Of like, are you like, and then obviously it's like the sultry voice or whatever, but also like in the infomercial was like a woman like just sort of like lying on the bed like on the phone like type of stuff, and it's like I can't believe those were ads at some point. Like like chat with your local local singles in your area, and that was so like it was like broadcasted.
Yeah, so there's quite a few older drag queens who like were, you know, young in the 90s who talk about how they would do phone sex lines and they would pretend to be females and they would talk to men.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes they would say like I'm a cross-dresser or whatever, but yeah, they would take those jobs, and I mean it's easy money and you just do like a feminine voice.
I guess phone sex lines still exist.
Probably. I'm sure that's a kink.
I mean, yeah. Well, I guess now it's like, so okay. I guess that's like how like what is it like how the evolution of it of a phone sex line is now an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're like talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Or live streaming too.
Live streaming.
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't know. Do you get to talk to people directly?
I guess you send messages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so like it went from like a phone sex line to now subscribing to somebody's account.
Well, I don't know if you've seen on social media like old like video dating tapes from the 80s that have come to light. People would submit a video and they would ask them questions like, well, what do you like to do? And I guess you would exchange tapes like to see if you would like this person.
I've seen some, but I don't think that they're old. I think that they're
the ones
like
I've seen are from the 80s.
satire. Like that they're 80s, but they're like modern
Oh, they're
actors.
not real?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the one I saw, she's like that she used to have a husband and he cheated on her. And one of the funny parts is I guess they ask her how she likes to spend her night. And she's like, I love to curl up with like a big scoop of cottage cheese, half a tomato.
So I saw some and I thought they were real too, but then I saw in the comments people were like, oh my God, I love her. Like she's in this. So I was like, oh no, but like they are funny. Like the 80s dating videos where she's like, I'm ready to go on a trip anytime.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like,
I'm wild. Like
I couldn't even imagine like putting a video of myself of like being like that. There was, because I think what did exist was like people would record themselves, right? And you would go and you would like check out these videos. You would see a couple of candidates or whatever, and then set up a date like from that.
yeah.
So we've always been meeting people online.
Yeah, in
Online
non-traditional formats.
Yeah, in non-traditional formats, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you met him on an app. I met Luke on an app.
Yeah, we met on Hinge, which was honestly probably like the better experiences that I had on that app, because like very quickly Tinder became synonymous with hooking up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like all that it was. Like people thought that that's why you were on Tinder.
What's funny is Luke and I met on Tinder before it became that. It became a hookup app. It was still kind of like respectable or whatever.
Yeah. And now, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what dating apps are like now.
Are you on the apps, Linda?
No. But from Tinder, like evolving into like some sort of hookup app, then there were very type of specific of DMs that you would get on that app, because it was always like, hey, are you like down to like hook up type of stuff. So then I tried Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
That one is was created in Austin. So it was like,
yes.
So Bumble's the one where like girls had to talk first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that was cool, except the app itself wasn't very like good. I think you would like crash a lot.
Yeah.
So I tried Bumble as well, and Hinge. Were there any other apps? No, right? I think that was it. Like it was Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. And then Hinge is the one that was like a little, I think and that was at the time, like this was what, 10 years ago at this point, gave you a little bit more to do with a profile than like Tinder. Tinder was just pictures based, and it was not even that many, maybe like one box of like text that you would do, and it was more pictures. And then in Hinge, it was pictures and prompts. So it would be like a picture, and then it would give you prompts, and you would answer them, complete them, and then it was like another picture, like another prompt. So I thought it gave you more like insight to like what somebody was like if by seeing their answers on something. I don't know. I don't even remember what the prompts were. Yours was something about a mop and a bucket.
The thing was, what's your bucket list? And I said mop, fabuloso, and like a rag or something.
Yeah.
You're like, that's funny.
He was like, oh, this man's going to clean my house on Sundays. Ooh. Y ahora es el que anda trapeando aquí en la casa.
Did you ever try OkCupid?
No. So that was like a desktop. No, I never did desktop apps.
I did do that. Okay, let me tell you my sad dating story. And this is why I was insecure for so long, is like I did OkCupid. Nobody reached out to me.
Oh.
I would even do like, so there used to be one called gay.com that I did. No one would reach out to me as well.
Wow, what a domain.
Yeah, gay.com. I got on Grindr sometimes, and like I was always like afraid to do it. I don't know. I was like really afraid to hook up, and then maybe I don't know. Like I feel like I never got hit on a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. My whole dating experience was very like, not lackluster, but just, it wasn't very exciting, I think, when I was younger.
Yeah. I feel, so that's why I didn't want to use so one is I also probably didn't know how to take good pictures of myself either. So I'd be like, I was never happy with the picture. You're never happy with the pictures, right?
Yeah.
And Tinder was so was way more superficial like that because it is just pictures.
Yeah.
So like, again, like why I liked Hinge was because it kind of gave you a little bit more to it.
I mean, and from what I've seen too, I think guys would just like go like, yes, yes, yes to everybody. Can I make an observation about photos?
What?
I heard one person say this and I was like, that makes total sense. There are people who look good in person, but don't look good in photos. And there are people who look good in photos and don't look good in person. It's very rare to meet somebody who can do both. Typically, they're models. So I have come to accept that I'm not photogenic, and it doesn't help that when someone picks up a camera, I stiff up.
Okay.
So that's another thing Gen Z makes fun of us about, is that when a camera gets pulled out, we pose.
As opposed to what?
Gen Z does more like, it's like modeling. You're kind of moving. You're getting more of those candid moments. You know what I mean? You're more natural.
I've seen those
you
videos
stiffen
where
up.
they're like stepping like back and forth, back and forth.
And you
back
kind of
forth,
like
back
look
and
around,
forth,
you put your hand in your pocket, you do this.
to get a
Whereas
shot.
when we took photos, it was like, or, you know, you like the girls hand on hip, you know?
Sorority pose.
You know, so like I've come to accept I'm not photogenic. I feel like I've noticed like on camera, I was really nervous about doing this. Yes, I don't like the way I look 100%, but I'm like, oh, I didn't know I smiled like that, or I didn't know I did this, or I didn't know I look like this from this angle, because on a photo, you don't see that. You don't see the little nuances that make you cute or adorable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like when, I think after a while, I think I'm more conscious about the camera at the beginning than I am towards like the end or whatever, like whatever, as we keep talking. But yeah, and I guess that's why Gen Z does that, like to look more natural.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess, yeah, there are some pictures where you're like, oh, that was totally like natural. Or what is it? Tomame una foto as if I'm not looking.
Yeah,
like,
and you're just like, you're
'cause
pointing.
when you're in your element, like you just like,
You're
I
more
don't know,
looser.
you're more loose. You just feel more comfortable, and like you can see that. That
was
comes
so
up.
Valley. You're more looser. You're more looser.
You're looser.
You're-
You're a loser.
But it's true, like when someone picks up their phone or a camera, like I can tell I stiff up in my face. My lips kind of look a little different versus like if I don't know it's there, you're getting more of a natural
Yeah, I
thing.
think like once, if we're doing like just taking pictures after a while, I'm like, I must look weird because you're just like forcing a face.
It's not getting better. So I've come to realize I'm like, what I see in a photo isn't what other people see in person. Again, I'm not saying I'm like beautiful or whatever, but I'm just saying like I've come to accept like I don't look good in photos, but I look better in person.
It took
or
me
video.
a long time to, I think, be comfortable in
My skin.
in my skin and in my beautiful brown skin.
With my armpit hair and leg hair.
Girl, I shaved today because yesterday he was like, that's the longest you've had it. Not saying anything, but me, what I always do is I always like pick up my arm and then I was like, do I need to shave? Like I'm always like, do I need to shave? And almost every single time he's like, no.
He's like, whoa, I could braid that.
He's like, you're fine. But then yesterday he's like, well, that is longer than usual. And I was like, oh, okay, let me shave.
That's funny.
What was I saying? Just like,
Getting comfortable.
yeah, in like taking pictures and like smiling. Oh my God, there's this picture in my mom's house. It's a school picture. Oh my God, it's where they have the fake tree.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm on the tree, like with the hand and like this, like on the tree. And I have a bob. I have bangs. And my smile is so forced. Oh my God.
And she's like, I love it. You're like, get it, take it down.
And I'm like, Mom, you never bought my pictures. Why did you buy this one? Like, we always had the free one that says proof.
She gave it to people.
The
She
one that
scanned
says
it.
proof. And it's a 5x7, I think, in my mom's like living room. And I'm like, Mom, but also I still look like that. Like, what the fuck? We should put up our awkward.
Oh, God. I have
One
so
day
many.
we'll do our awkward school photo.
What was I going to say? Oh, Luke and I had a discussion about this. So you know how there's like certain men, and I know it's like a type of controlling thing, who are like, I'm not attracted to women unless they have lipstick and they wear makeup and they wear heels. And I'm like, that is so gay. I'm like, you're not attracted to women unless like they're in drag. You can only fuck a woman if she has lipstick on and heels. I'm like, a real man doesn't give a shit.
That's also like what you're saying, like a man not feeling attractive to other women. But I feel like men want to feel attractive to other men.
Like the muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm strong. Look at my muscles.
They do that for boys.
Yeah.
So that y'all could kiss.
But yeah, we were like, that's so gay to be like, I'm only going to date this girl because she wears lipstick and wears high heels. It's like, what are you, fucking gay? Like, what do you mean? But I think it's a control thing. It's like, you're going to dress up the way I want you to.
Yes.
I just think that's fucking weird.
Or like, I guess it goes to, it's just saying like dictating what you want your partner to wear or not to wear. Right?
Yeah.
So it could be like, I want you to wear the lipstick and the heels, but I don't want you to wear the short skirt.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't want you to dress like this in front of my friends.
Yeah, but I just think that's gay. What are you, fucking gay? Like,
Yeah, what are you, gay?
like, I feel like most men are like if Linda didn't cut, like if she came to you, Ricky, with no makeup on, not wearing lingerie, and was like, I want us to have sex, you're not gonna be like, well, you need to put lipstick on first. Wear high heels, please. Like, you know what I mean? He's gonna be like, yeah, let's get to it. So that's why I think it's really weird there are men like that. No, put on some lipstick first. Like, what the fuck?
That's so funny.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, like.
No, put your pumps on first, please.
Let's wear dresses together.
It's giving that.
It's giving, let's both dress up.
What are you, fucking gay? Yeah. So if you're out there and you're forcing your woman to wear lipstick before you can touch her, are you gay?
What is it? The joke where it's like, fellas, is it gay too? And then whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think somebody was like, my girlfriend like put her finger in my butt or whatever. And then guys are like, fellas, is it gay to have sex with your girlfriend? Like, what? Like,
okay, can I tell you, a lot of my girlfriends have told me that like guys will try to stick it up your ass and not tell you, like when you're hooking up with them. That's a thing. And I'm like, my friend that I specifically thinking of was like, could be open to it, but like ask me first. Don't just like try to do it.
It needs to be a conversation.
I don't get that. What is with guys with like, I want to try anal? What is that?
I don't know.
Ricky? What is it about anal that is so intriguing to men?
I don't know. I can't speak for every man.
I think you can. You should ask.
Be the voice of the men.
Whenever he hangs out with his friends, you should be like, "Why are guys into anal?"
I can speak for myself. I just want to experiment and do as many things with my partner as possible. With Linda, my partner, Linda.
Not my partners. I don't have more than one partner.
God, one singular, one partner.
I mean, we all have holes to explore, I guess.
That's the headline. We all have holes to explore.
I'm just intrigued because, like, as a gay person, where you have no other hole aside from the asshole to use, and there's like a whole process with like cleaning or whatever. I'm like, you have like another hole there that's doesn't require as much cleaning. But you know what? I had a friend who was like, I never have to like clean like my pussy down there. Like, I'm always ready. And I had another friend who was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Like,
what?
She's like, sometimes I feel like I need to like make sure everything's clean down there before I do anything.
Well, freshen up. What do you mean?
Well, this person felt like she was ready at any time.
Like, good to go?
Yeah.
Anytime?
Sweet smelling at all time.
I mean, I don't think...
But it's more like your security. It's
Yeah. Like, honestly, it's never like, oh my God, it stinks. No, it's like...
Ricky?
I would just feel fresh.
Yeah.
If I freshened up a little bit.
Right.
If I powdered my vagina.
But it's like comically big white powder. He hears it from the bathroom. That's when he knows it's time.
Which is like pinche talco all over it.
I'm ready. Oh my God. I think it's time to wrap up.